Hey, 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 what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to hop on here before I go to sleep. I know it's late, but I have been listening to Dr. King's speeches and really trying to hone in on his message and what he was saying. And I realized, and I feel like I knew this a little bit, but I realized that he talked about so much more than we even have been introduced to. There's some stuff that we haven't even probably been told about in his work. I believe that just like with anything to control, the things that some people want to put out there, want people to see things as flowery and it's done and over with. But really, we have a lot of work to do, and he named it. And a lot of the stuff that he said is actually happening now in ways that, are really affecting our society and community. So let's go beyond I Have a Dream with Dr. King. And let's think about some of the other ways in which we can be a change agent in our community. He highlights so many points that if we can come together and we really can understand that our world is a little bit of a mess, a lot of a mess, in regards to humanity and all that. So I just wanted to hop on here, share that with you guys. Check out more of his things, his speeches. You can Google them. I'll share a site with you today that I was using. It was really helpful. It's the AmericanWritersMuseum.org. So I found some speeches there, YouTube. Really listen. Really listen. One of his letters, many of you might be familiar with, and that's a letter from a Birmingham jail in 1963. And you can see there just like an insert of something I chose from that letter. There's a lot that he shares. But he said, if I sought to answer all the criticisms that crossed my desk, my secretaries would have little time for anything other than such correspondence in the course of the day, and I would have no time for constructive work. And this really made me think about social media and where we are today, and how, there's criticism about everything, but there's a work to be done. Dr. King highlights a lot of that work, and I'm talking about global work to be done. He really advocates for Black people who have, been the center of this whole push for capitalism. The center of it, like when I say that, really just Black people and poor people, and not being able to have equal rights from the start of so long ago that we still allow those behaviors to happen through power. And now it's not as just centralized on race as it still is, but it's poverty, those people who don't have. And so we still continue to live a life where we're working to get, and he talks a lot about materialism, talks a lot about forgetting about the human man, lack of humanity. So, but he kept doing the work, and I kept going on and reading and listening to many of his speeches and hearing his words. And I realized, man, if he would stop, if he was in today, and he would stop on social media the way that we do, to answer everybody's criticism or everybody who is attacking his purpose, he would have never got half the things done. So I wanted to definitely share that with you guys. The second one I'll share with you, The Three Evils of Society in 1967. Let me tell you what, I mean, you guys have to read this. Oh my gosh. The Three Evils of Society. You've got to read that. That is so powerful. And a lot of it you'll see we're still facing it today. You can see what it says there: when scientific power outruns moral power, we end up with guided missiles and misguided men. Man. Then the other one I wanted to talk about was the time has come for America to face the inevitable choice between materialism and humanism. We must devote at least as much to our children's education, whew, and the health of the poor as we do to the care of our automobiles and the building of beautiful, impressive hotels. And that was happening in that time, and it's still this time too. Like, it's, you devote so much time to what we have, but it looks like they're trying to keep up, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. And then we're basically perpetuating the same things for our students, our children, our communities, our families. I mean, they know what's important, what's most important, and that's more so materialism, based on what we share on social media, TV, what's put out there, what's presented. We get further and further away, and so this is a while ago, of course, and we're still having the same issues. Come on now, like, something's got to change. The next one is I've been to the mountaintop, 1968, and a lot of you are familiar with this speech because we know some of these are his last words, and there's a huge, this, read the whole thing. I've been listening to it, and read more of it, and like, portions of it, and figure out how I can shift my mindset, or how I can make sure that I'm carrying on this legacy of interrupting and disrupting and dismantling many of the things that Dr. King calls out in his speech. And he said, all we say to America is to be true to what you said on paper. We write a lot of things down that all men are equal, but not necessarily. And then only when it is dark enough do you see the stars. And I'm trying to tell you, it's pretty dark. So Memphis, April 3rd, 1968. Man, can you imagine? This is before I was born, before my time, but like, still same things going on. And then here, he has a whole address, I believe at a college he was at, speaking, but he talks a lot about the goal of true education, and I absolutely love what he said in there. There's so much to unpack in the whole speech that he had, that he's given. But here, I wanted to pull this out. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively, right? Where's that at now? We just go with the flow. And to think critically. Such a struggle that we have in the school system. If you're in the school system, you know that. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. And then finally, so big on service. Are we serving? Everyone has the power for greatness, not for fame, but greatness, because greatness is determined by service. Martin Luther King Jr. Well, I just wanted to go here for about 10 minutes and share that with you all. This is how I was honoring Dr. King today, was really to reflect on his words, his message. Also, be in tune with being of service to people as needed today. So that's it. I'm going to relax. I'm going to sleep. I did want to come back to this. I guess every year they have something on this page, and I didn't know about it. So I want to share this with you. And the theme for celebrating his birthday this year was "It Starts With Me," and this came from their official website, the King Center. So, shifting the cultural climate through the study and practice of communion, nonviolence. All right, guys, have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.